Hello, you're watching Bizworld. I'm Anita Wu. The Finance Ministry has targeted to complete payments for second phase of the Bantuan Prihatin Nasional, BPN, latest by this weekend. Its Minister, Datuk Seri Tengku Zafrul Abdul Aziz, said payments have started involving 5.79 million recipients and 2.63 billion ringgit.
Di mana terdapat kemungkinan bahawa mereka yang benar-benar layak telah tercicir daripada menerima BPN. Contohnya, ada yang kehilangan pekerjaan pada tahun ini disebabkan COVID-19 dan status terkini tidak dirakam di dalam pengkalan data. Ada yang data pasangan belum dikemaskini. Ada juga yang berdaftar dengan SSM atau merupakan pengarah syarikat tetapi syarikat berstatus tidak aktif, tiada pendapatan dan sebagainya.
On the implementation of small-scale government projects, he said a total of 2.4 billion ringgit worth of projects have been finalised. The ministry had issued a circular on the procurement procedures in line with the requirements of the Conditional Movement Control Order. Malaysia's palm oil inventories at the end of April rose 18.26% to 2.05 million tonnes as compared to the previous month. According to Malaysian Palm Oil Board, MPOB, April production rose 18.28% from March to 1.65 million tonnes, while exports were up 4.4% from March to 1.24 million tonnes despite the coronavirus outbreak. Exports of palm kernel cake, however, declined 24.80% to 167,510 tonnes, while biodiesel exports for the month under review fell 90.59% to 6,427 tonnes from 68,324 tonnes. Malaysia's Industrial Production Index, or IPI, dropped 4.9% in March 2020 from a year earlier due to the decrease in all three components of the index. According to the Statistics Department, the IPI's manufacturing component fell 4.2%, while the mining and electricity segments declined 6.5% and 7% respectively. On year-on-year basis, the manufacturing sector output dropped 4.2% in March 2020 after recording an increase of 6.2% in February 2020. The major subsectors such as electrical and electronic products decreased 5% in March 2020, while the mining sector output also dropped 6.5%. In quarterly terms, Malaysia's IPI grew 0.4% in the first quarter of 2020 from a year earlier. Technology startup companies may submit their application for the 100 million ringgit Technology Startups Funding Relief Facility, or TSFRF, from May 18th until 31st. Malaysia Debt Ventures Berhad MDV, an agency under the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, MUSTI, said subsequent application windows for the fund will be opened until the entire sum is fully utilised. Its Chief Executive Officer, Nizam Muhammad Nazri, said the TSFRF will be funded via a soft loan from the government to MDV, and the facility will be available at an interest rate of 3.50% per annum on the amount outstanding. He added the TSFRF is similar to a revolving credit facility, which means that disbursements can be requested on demand or based on the applicant's 6-month rolling cash flow requirements. It also meant to address liquidity challenges faced by technology startups in this current period by providing on-hand working capital facilities to mitigate cash flow issues. Technology startups will also not have to bear any additional fees and charges for the facility. Saudi Arabia's Ministry of Energy has directed Aramco to reduce its crude oil production for June by an extra voluntary amount of 1 million barrels per day. This brings the total production cut that will be carried out by the kingdom to around 4.8 million barrels per day from the April production level. According to Saudi press agency, the kingdom's production for June, after both its targeted and voluntary cuts, will be 7.492 million barrels per day. The ministry also directed Aramco to reduce its production in the current month of May from the target level of 8.492 million barrels per day in consent with its customers. Looks like that's all the time we have for Bizworld today. I'm Anita Wu. Thank you for watching and keep tuned in to TV3.